So we all got our farm clothes on.
Farmer jeans.
Good morning, YouTube world. Welcome back to Life on the Farm. I haven't taped much lately, but today is processing day of our chickens, so I figured I'd bring you guys along. Here to help is my sister Tara.
Hello.
Unless you want to Bob. Teresa's come to pick up my granddaughter and her granddaughter. My mom Jackie.
Hi, folks.
My dad Robert. Emma. My brother Rob's probably, he went to the store to grab gas and more ice. And our granddaughter Eloise.
Say hi.
Say hi. Say hi, YouTube. So I figure once we get everything set up, I will take you guys around and show you our process. So we all got our farm clothes on.
Farmer jeans for us.
Yep. We're gonna let the animals out before we get started. I got several more animals since my last video. My turkeys that I hatched out, my guineas that I hatched out, silkies. There's some Polish chickens. And what's the black ones called?
Cochins.
And then we have cochins in here.
There comes the black.
Oh.
The Polish.
There's my Polish. He's
What's
so
up, David
cute.
Bowie?
Bob named him David Bowie.
There's a cochin right there.
Yep, there's a cochin.
The bantam.
He's got hair all the way down to his feet. Unlike the silkies, they just got it on one side.
Dingbats.
Why are they flying up into the net? Weirdos.
They're stretching their wings.
And I still do have our turkey that will be processed come Thanksgiving. He's still pretty big. He's back here hanging out. This is my Tom turkey. Now for the chickens. We gotta catch the duck though. We can just put the duck in the trap, Bob. Here, put them in the trap. And then we also, two of our guineas disappeared for like 2 months. And they actually, we didn't know what was going on. After a while, we just assumed that they would be on a nest of some sort. I'm hoping that they bring them out so you guys can see all the babies. They ended up bringing over 14 babies the first day. 3 days later, they brought another 14 out. And they've... Oh, here comes the babies. There's the little babies. Oh, they're falling behind. And then this is where we keep our meat chickens, Cornish rocks. It rained the other day, so they're pretty muddy looking. And we got our Tom turkey, bourbon red. Then 2 of our females are in here. And our ducks.
You just love the straw out there.
Yeah. And then we have, after today, we'll be doing a series of videos on building our pole barn. We have started it. I'm not going to play any of those videos. We'll start after The footings have been poured. We'll be doing the beams.
Setting up the posts. And, so with the purlin boards and building trusses coming up here soon in the next couple of videos.
And we'll take you back over and show you the setup for processing the Cornish rock. We also hatched out quite a few quail. So we got 2 cages. These quail right here are going to be for meat. It's a mixture of male and females. This is our old cage. Here's our new cage. This is a mixture of 1 male to 5 females. And then our watering system, we use piping. It makes it a heck of a lot easier to water. And then our feeder, we also use piping and just cut out a nice slot for it. And we can actually fill them from the top. That way we don't need to open up the cage and leave the door hanging open while we feed them. And then they do have, on this side, if I can get the door open. Someone's in my eyes, sorry guys. Where they can get out of the weather. And they typically lay their eggs on this side as well. So this is the design we have for our cages for our quail. To start, we get a skinning table for the one duck that we're doing today. We actually take the skin right off of it. I'm not going to show you where we disband the animals. That's a YouTube thing. They don't like it, so I'm not going to show it to you. We have our scalder. The scalder is set for $159. We'll place the chicken in there to scald it. Once it's scalded for 30 seconds, we will put it in the plucker. Once the feathers are taken off, it will then come over to the processing table where we will process it.
Feet off.
Take the feet off, take the rest of the neck off, take the insides out. We will be keeping the feet and the neck for soup. It makes great soup broth. And then we will rinse them in this area to get all the gooey stuff off of them. Then we will put them inside the ice bath until they cool off. Once they're done in the ice bath, they will be put on racks to dry. My husband built this out of PVC. It makes it a lot easier. And then my sister Tara is going to actually be putting them on this rack. She'll put a bag over it to make sure no flies or anything like that get to it. As it drips some, then once she puts the bags on it and it's ready, she will bring it over to shrink wrap it. And then after she shrink wraps it, it will be put onto the scale where Emma is going to weigh it, put the tag on it, and then she'll put the weight on the tag and the date. And then from there, it'll go into a box to be put into the freezer. These bags do come with straws. We do not use them because it seems they still end up with air in it. So what we do is we poke a small hole in the breast area, and then once it comes out of the shrinker, Emma will be putting the label over top of that hole. So it will be covered. Okay, so we got bets. We got bets on what's the heaviest one is going to be. What's your estimate, Ma?
My guess is 7 pounds.
Your
I'm
guess.
gonna go with 7.3.
Dad?
6.
6? Emma? Just take a wild guess.
6.7.
6.7? Bob?
9.2.
9.2.
Get Robbie.
Rob, what's your
The
guess?
biggest chicken's gonna be Rob.
6.5.
6.5?
6.8.
this the knife you got me, Bob?
I think the biggest chicken's going to be 7.5. Did anybody say 7.5?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I said 7 pounds.
Okay.
I said 7.3, I think.
Bob went right to 9 too. Okay, so we're almost ready to get started. We're still waiting on the scalder. Scalder. Sorry, we're
We
still
don't
waiting.
scold them, we
We
scald
don't
them.
scold them, we scald them. We're still waiting on the scalder. Once that is ready, we'll get started. They are processing our duck right now. So I'm not going to show. I guess I could show you the duck because it's already been.
Don't watch that part here.
Well, so here's our duck. The duck is about 10 weeks old.
Older than that, I think.
10 or maybe, yeah, it might be about
maybe
12
10
weeks.
10, 12 weeks, yeah.
And then he's just gonna skin it for us, and then we'll do the same process that we do with the chickens. We just make sure that all the feathers are off. You'll get a stray one here and there. And if you have to, I got little needle nose pliers to get the ones that don't want to come off. Then I wrap my finger around the neck, pull it away from the skin, cut it off.
I'm necklace. Because I already got it.
We save the necks and the feet for chicken stock. It makes great broth.
And the livers for Robbie's liver there.
Cut it at this knuckle for the feet. You just make a small slice. Bend it. Cut the knuckle. Then I flip it over.
Hey.
There's a yellow piece on the tail. Gotta have the tail on first. That you're gonna want to take off. And see how it's yellow? You don't want that on there. So you gotta make sure you get it all off. Okay. Then you make a slit down by the back end. And then you work around the butt area, and I cut that all off. So I try not to get any of
The
their
doo-doo on
meal.
her.
But we did quit feeding them last night, or yesterday morning. They didn't have anything to eat. That way there's not as much in there when you're trying to process them. Then you stick your hand in and start pulling. Okay, so Bob keeps the gizzards. So we cut that off. And then my brother wants the liver because he wants to try making a liver pate. So we put those in the bucket with the feet and the neck. And we'll clean those later. And then we just make sure everything's out of here,
Including the esophagus.
I saved the heart for my dogs.
Mom's over there. I don't. I don't.
Just make sure you clean it out really good. And then there's two cords that you're going to want to make sure that you get out. This one, and then there's one more. I might have already pulled it out though. So I try and break the skin away from it
Darn it.
on each end so you can pull. And let me tell you, they are slimy little buggers. See, there it is. So you want to make sure you take that out.
You're getting no liver pate.
And I already got the other one out when I pulled everything out. Okay, so then I just clean it up a little bit. Make sure there's nothing else in there. And then I cut a small slit right at the top of the breast to tuck the legs in. And there you have it. One dressed out bird. We'll stick them in the water to rinse them good. Just wipe them down really good.
Stick your hand in and rinse the cavity out.
Rinse the cavity. Okay, put the feet back in. Let it drain out. And then we'll stick them in the ice bag.
I almost lost it.
And then he'll be in there until he cools down. Okay, we are just about at the end of processing. We're taking the chickens out of the cold bath, putting them on the rack to dry with a bag on it. That way it keeps the flies off. Once it stops semi-dripping, we take it over to the bag area where he puts the twist ties on and puts a straw in the inside of it.
You want to watch yours? This is the one where the skin broke.
They weren't doing the straws because they...
We did get different bags this year, and because they're different, the actual straws are working better. So we are using them this time. So you'll put the straw in the chest cavity of the chicken. Don't zip tie it all the way, just to where it's snug to the straw.
Hold it by the bag.
Hold it by the bag, not the straw.
Yeah.
Put it into the heated bath.
Which is 180 to 200 degree bath. It's 5 to 10 seconds till the bag shrinks around it. And if you want, you can always take a guess at the weight, like 4.3 pounds.
And then Emma will weigh it.
5.
That's not.
That's not sealed.
And then you go back again.
And if it's not shrink wrapped to the thing fully, you stick it back in there.
It's not going to.
Or you have it for dinner.
That works.
the next
Chicken.
day. It weighs 3.86 pounds. She'll put it on a label with today's date. She's going to dry the breast off and stick the sticker on there.
And then
Set that
down.
one aside because we're not freezing that one. And then we're just going to keep doing that until they're finished. Watch one that actually gets fully shrink. Might be down too far. Either that or that's not hot enough water. Did it get shut off?
Yeah.
Not hot enough.
Okay, these are all the chickens we processed today. They're too deep in the freezer.
We have finished the processing day and we are all just sitting around, relaxing
flies.
now. Everything's been cleaned up.
Hi, YouTube.
Getting ready to process piggies tomorrow.
So we will see you next time. It's been a great day on Life on the Farm. Have a great day.